and welcome everybody to Bound for Glory press conference. And here tonight we are going to recap Bound for Glory, and we are going to have several superstars are going to come out here and share their thoughts. And to anybody who wants to ask their question, you can raise your hand and we will pick, and you can say your media. And so the people will be here, the wrestlers that will be here, starting with Jeff Hardy, who had an amazing match with Randy Orton and had beaten and had overcome all the odds by having Edge and Randy Orton together. He won the match tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Charisma Enigma, Jeff Hardy. Does anybody want to ask questions? Yeah, from the second row.
I am Jacob from that Pro Wrestling Fan 1234. And what I want to say, Jeff, is tonight you've put on a classic with Randy Orton and the top contender for the match of the year also. So what's next?
Very interesting question. You see, our match tonight with Randy Orton was one of the greatest match that I've ever had in my life. And that is all thanks to us two. We've worked our ass off in that match. We've put our life on the line for all of you. And it was a decent match, for the less to say. And it's safe to say that I am next for the YouTube champion. Even though that I'm not even available for Jace Wrestling, I'm in Jace Life, or maybe I could chase after the world champion. But a lot of things is going to happen this week and next week, and Forbidden Door for March 23rd is going to be earlier on March 16th. So yeah, Forbidden Door is live next week, and I mean, there's a lot of things happening on the weekend. We have Liverpool versus Manchester City Sunday, and to some of you, the fans who are football, and I mean, I'm a football fan, so, what I have to do to get to the position that I am right now. You see, when I was a kid back then, I was dreaming of being a professional wrestler, and I didn't know that professional wrestling was hard. I thought pro wrestling was real, but I didn't know that it was scripted and all that. And I mean, I could get fired for saying that, but I mean, the truth is hurt for once. But I'll leave it at that. I'm chasing after the world champion. So, very interesting question. Next we go from the third row. So, my name is Alric, and I'm from medicine.com. And Jeff Hardy, interesting that you're talking about the world champion. And how do you think on the Miz status right now? I mean, he's being poorly hated by some of the fans, but some fans love him. What do you think of the Miz? I mean, from a perspective of my career, when I look at superstars, when I look at wrestlers like the Miz and Orford, those two are two generational talents who are fighting out tonight. Who's getting more of the spotlight? Who's the best to determine? And it proved out tonight that Miz was a better man. And I mean, I like the Miz pretty far, how he is, how he talks on a mic, how he wrestles. And I mean, all of his matches does include a 5-star classic, but some matches were not decent. So what I want to say is tonight at Bound for Glory, we made history at Bound for Glory tonight in Jacksonville, Florida. We have one of the greatest pay-per-view events, so to say. Not one of the best, but it is the greatest. So, I mean, Miz is right now, he is one of the greatest professional wrestlers that is must see. And yeah, so I'm done. So, our next guest out here will be Spider-Man, the Red Belt Champion, and the Intercontinental Champion, Eric Bateman. Where you from yet? You, dumbass. Let's get over the questions. Yeah, you right there, the black nigga. What did you just say? It's none of your business. Yeah.
My name is Ashley. I'm from AshleyXFlix.com. And Eric Bateman tonight after a performance of a lifetime in a triple threat match. And we all know that Spider-Man helped you, but you did give a 10 out of 10 performance. So Eric Bateman, what are your plans, man?
Very nice question right there. Give it up for Ashley, ladies and gentlemen. Plans might change every time, but so to say, it's my plan out is I'm trying to get a girl. So yeah, I did get a girl name. I can't tell, but she was a nice girl that we're going to meet at McDonald's later on tonight, and I'm going to have some fun out there. But so if you're saying the plans for pro wrestling, and you would have looked at my match with Sheamus and Naomi. Kidding, Sheamus and AJ Styles. Tonight, I beat them both. And whatever you can say, I am the greatest professional wrestler of all time. You can excel out, you can cancel Orphan and The Miz out. They are not the greatest professional wrestlers. I am, and I am the main reason why just wrestling is at its best it has ever been. And since I'm the Intercontinental Champion, I'm going to save Just Wrestling. And with my partner and I, with my brother, we're going to dominate as the most powerful faction in the history of pro wrestling. Yeah, the next question for Spider-Man. So, my name is Joshua, and I'm from SKWrestling.com. What I wanted to say, Spider-Man, is what are your plans, man? You haven't defended the Red Belt Champion since you have had it at JaceMania. Who are we talking? Who the fuck is that guy? You should pretty look at yourself first before you look at others. Because what will you do if you had in my position, huh? What would you do? What if you were the Red Belt Champion that everybody's going to be praised and loved? What were you going to do, huh? Are you going to defend it? Oh, if you have a 30 run, call me. Because I don't think so that you have the balls to do it. I am Spider-Man and I can do whatever the hell I want to. I cannot defend the Red Belt Champion or I defend it. It is my choice. You don't have to pretend like you are my owner, like you are my agent. Because sometimes people are too much. This generation, man, is messed up. And you're messed up as I am. I'm pissed. I'm pissed at this guy right now. You want to talk shit about me? You want to talk about the things that I defend or not? Well, meet me in the ring if you can, bitch. Whoa, slow down, Spider-Man. Before we can say to anything, Spider-Man, you have to defend the Red Belt Champion against Hulk this coming Thursday on Today's Life. What, are you kidding out of your mind? What do you mean this Thursday? We don't even have a Today's Life this Thursday. We have next Thursday, dumbass. It's right what Eric Bateman called you, a dumbass. You're really a dumb farmer. You're a dumb bitch. We know that. So, Brando. I'm going to wrestle Hulk. I will. Going to that green freak. So, if I would have answered your question, does that answer your question? Because I'm going to humiliate Hulk. I'm going to annihilate. I am the Eradicator. And whether you like it or not, I should mention this to everybody. I'm the first ever World Heavyweight Champion. I'm not getting the respect that I fully deserve. But as the Red Belt Champion, as the most person holding the champion than anybody else except Eric Bateman, I just have to say something. Awesome. You need to look after yourself, man. Because if you compare me and you're nothing. You're just a jobber. You're just a guy who don't have a job. Go have a job, man. And ever if you're trying to discuss, if you're trying to control me. I'm the red belt champion, so shut up, bitch. Now we're done with this crap.
I can't believe these fools think they this one finally gets someone stands up.
And what a drama. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the last guest on the press, the new World Heavyweight Champion, the A-lister, The Miz. So, before any questions here tonight, I just want to say tonight's a very special night for me, as I won the JD's champion. And when you look at this beautiful goal, it's very tough to become the world heavyweight champion. It's a very long way for me. When I come here, I started to become a Myth Carter, and I never really imagined to be this high, to have this prestige of a world champion. And I mean, so yeah, we'll go with the questions. Yeah, from the back there. So, my name is Brandy, and I'm from WonderCom platform. I just want to say, Miss, first of all, congratulations on winning the world champion. Yeah, thanks. And tonight you put on the best match of your career against Orford in the main event. It was a highly anticipated match. The fans were hyped up, they were into the match, and it gives a whole new vibe to it. So, Miss, what are your plans to do with the world champion? I'm glad you asked, because tonight, after I won the world champion, I'll go home and I will surprise my parents by winning the world champion. They were in Jacksonville, Florida. They were in my match, and they were so happy at seeing me winning the world champion. And first of all, I'm just go home. I'm just gonna sleep with the title. I'm just going to do everything with the world champion. This title is one of the prestigious title in all of professional wrestling. And not just that, in all of wrestling. In all of JD's wrestling. As you see here, the JD's champion. This means so much to me than it ever mean to anybody else who's competing for this title. And as we hear earlier that Jeff Hardy wants a shot at this. Well, Jeff Hardy, you praise a lot about me, you talk a lot about me. Let me talk about you. You see, Jeff Hardy, ever since that you've got here, you've become the star. You've become the guy who is the next, you can say the next Undertaker. And I have a huge respect for the Undertaker. At my match, we wrestled in a 8-minute classic, and it was a decent match. But tonight was different. Me and Orford, we tear the house down tonight. We set the world on fire, and I'm just going. What I meant to say was that it's just the beginning. At JD's Life, I will presenting a celebration. And yeah, what I almost forgot, around the corner, just this close, we have Forbidden Door that's coming next weekend. And it's going to be live on JD's Wrestling and House Wrestling Entertainment. So yeah, so we can ask me any questions till probably 3 or 4 questions. Yeah, from the second row. So my name is Dominic, and I don't have a platform, but The Miz. Tonight, you've put on a classic, like you've talked about. But my question is, other than you, who's your favorite wrestler? I mean, that's a tough one. And ever since I've been growing up, my favorite wrestler was AJ Styles, and I had the prestige to team up with him back at Revolution. I didn't tell anybody that he was my favorite wrestler. It was because of AJ Styles that I become a professional wrestler. And he motivated me, I became motivated, and from that ever since I became a professional wrestler. Like I say on JDWrestleMania 6 Night 1 on that video package, that it is a long way from me. I am a guy that couldn't hang around that. That's true. There's a lot of hard work pays dividends at the end. And this is success. Because success is walking. It's walking from people to people through failure with no loss of enthusiasm. And so for now, you can say, what's your favorite wrestler from this company? So I can say that Orford is that, man, he is a purified Hall of Famer, man. I've been in the ring with him twice, and tonight he put on a classic. He did whatever he needs to do. He put on some of the moves that nobody else could pull together, and when he put on a pivotal role on that brother, he punched Francisco and I low blowed him. I mean, sometimes if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I mean, I have a lot of things on my mind right now, and I mean, the answer is going to be different from today and tomorrow. I mean, you can ask me the same question tomorrow, it'll be the different one. But for now, Orford is that guy that's going to be must see in television programming. So, Miss, you have ran out of time. About a bonus question. Yeah, okay, we'll do a bonus question. So right there. So, my name is Jonathan, and I'm from GW Magical. My Instagram is the Little Magician 10. Go check it out. And Miss, and I've ever watched professional wrestling because of you right there. Oh, thanks, man. Means a lot. Yeah, so since you've been debuted to this company, since you've debuted, you faced off with The Undertaker, and I heard that popping through my social media platform, and I look at and I see the amazed of the Miz. I knew that you had this. I knew that you had the character, the charisma, the skills, whether on the mic, on the microphone, or in the ring. You truly deserve a moment here tonight. But Miss, what are your plans? What are you going to do after this? I mean, yeah, we have a person answering that. So my question is, who do you like to face in the future? I mean, you can look at the roster right now. That is stacked. A lot of wrestlers who want to compete for the world champion, that being Jeff Hardy. We could have a rematch with Orford. I wouldn't mind. We could have our match. I mean, there's a lot of wrestlers that I haven't competed in the ring. Guys like my childhood hero, AJ Styles. Guys like Seth Rollins. Guys like Jeff Hardy. Guys like Edge, Randy Orton, and a lot that I haven't faced off. And I mean, this right here is going to be one of the greatest run ever as a world champion. I could mention that Brock Lesnar hasn't appeared since his match at WrestleMania 6 Night 2. He has earned a shot at the world champion. I need to remember that. I need to keep my eyes on the back of my head, because every time somebody might be wanting an open challenge, somebody might wanting to have a championship match, and maybe could stab me from behind, I need to be very smart in this role. And I need to know what's responsible for me. The responsibility that I have is so much, man. So much for anyone to take, for anybody to take. And as I am a professional wrestler, as I am the Miz right now, I'm the locker room leader. I'm now the reason for the ratings of JD's life, and I'm the reason as I am the world champion. And this is so important than the YouTube champion. But the YouTube champion goes a different story. The world champion goes a different story, and we wouldn't mind to face off in the future, champion versus champion. Maybe we can unify it, but we don't want to do it like World Wrestling Entertainment. I mean, unifying the belts is very not great in my opinion. And so I think so. The only person that I like to face is AJ Styles. And since I want to name a place, maybe we could fight at JSOMania in the main event in the future. So thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Miss, for answering the questions here. And so see you all at Forbidden Door. Before the press conference went off air, I almost forgot, and I have a few things that's going to happen at Jay's Life. Number one, we already discussed it earlier. Eric Bateman will defend the world champion. Oh, I'm kidding. Not the world champion. Spider-Man, the red belt champion, against Hulk. And The Miz will be live there, as well as Jeff Hardy. And for the next episode of Jay's Wrestling, it will be Triple H versus Undertaker, and it will fight in an I Quit match. It's a must-watch episodes of Jay's Life and Jay's Wrestling, which will take place later this month, and as we get ready for Forbidden Door that's gonna live next week. You thought, are you ready for the surprise? We will see you there. Thank you, everybody, here tonight at showing up at the press conference.